Tell me is you still up? It's 5 a.m. and I'm drunk right now. Tell me, can we still fuck? 101, I'm in the zone right now. Tell me, am I still? I'm telling you just how I feel right now. You say it's just a drug.
Alright, yo, what's good? As you guys know, we recently just came back from Japan, and one thing that I heard about Japan is that the shopping is crazy there. I really didn't get a gauge of how good it was until I was actually there. I experienced firsthand the struggle of repacking everything into our luggage. If you are making a trip out to Japan, that tip about bringing an extra luggage or a duffel or something is valid, because you are going to do a lot of shopping there. You are definitely going to have to be making sure you got enough luggage space in the suitcase when you come back home. So my wife actually surprised me with these tickets to go Japan, and she always knew that Japan was on my bucket list. One thing that I went to Japan with was the mindset of just experiencing the culture, doing the normal sightseeing that a tourist would do, but one thing that I didn't expect to be doing was this much shopping. We're going to go through a bit of the pickups today, and we're going to show you what we got. So when we were there in Japan, it was actually summer there, and in Australia it was actually winter. So one thing that I kind of needed to upgrade in my cupboards was a good basic pair of sweats. I ended up copying these grey baggy sweats, which you can get in your own country, but just because I was in Japan there and I kind of needed to upgrade a lot of my basics in my cupboard, I ended up just copying these, which I really didn't have a good basic pair of sweats that you can sort of chuck on and just go out to the shop or whatever you need, or even you just want to just be comfy in general, you know. So I had to cop a pair of these, and I picked these up for 3,900 yen. So one thing in Japan as well is that if you're shopping there, they give you an instant tax-free discount on all the items that you're shopping at. Not all shops apply that discount, but most of the major chains will give you that tax-free discount. So Uniqlo gives you that discount, and we might as well start with all the Uniqlo products that I got. The next thing that I got from Uniqlo was this black baggy denim. A lot of the things that I was lacking in my cupboard were a lot of the basics. So a lot of things that I picked up were all staple items that you need in your cupboard to sort of build on your outfits. So this black denim I picked up for 4,900 yen. The next piece that I picked up from Uniqlo were these chocolate chinos. I actually really like these because they were sort of a versatile piece that you can wear. You can either dress them down with a pair of loafers, or you can just keep it casual with a pair of Air Forces, you know what I mean? The fit was actually super nice and just very versatile. And I didn't mind the chocolate color as well. For me, it's a bit on the dressier side, but as I said before, it's versatile enough to chuck on a pair of Air Forces and it wouldn't go wrong. So this one I picked up for 3,900 yen. I also picked up a pair of these cargos from Uniqlo as well, which was good to sort of wear in the summer. It's got that ripstop sort of material, and it's just super breathable when I was trying them on. It's got a nice little belt buckle as well that you can tighten up if you need to. And it's got all the utility pockets on the sides as well, which is pretty handy. These are going to be a good summer staple. So this one I picked up for 2,900 yen. So this is going to be the last pickups from Uniqlo here before we move on. So what's a Uniqlo stop without picking up a bunch of these basic Airism tees? These are super popular and you just can't go wrong with them. They have a variety of colors, and I actually had to pick up another white one because my old white one was actually going a bit yellow and a bit faded, so I had to restock on one of these. I picked up this green color. It says green on the tag, but in some lightings, like this one, it kind of looks gray. And then I picked up a charcoal color. The one that I'm wearing right now is actually the black color, but this is the charcoal color, so it's got that bit more of a grayish tone to it. And I picked these up for 1,900 yen each. So these are your ultimate basics that you can get from Uniqlo. Alright, let's finally move on from Uniqlo and let's move on to this next piece, which I got from Zara. I picked up another pair of denim, which I'm lacking on a lot. I don't have a lot of denim in my wardrobe. So I picked up this denim from Zara, and it's actually labeled ultra baggy on the tag. I tried it on and I thought it would have looked too much, but it was actually surprising okay. I probably might have to hem it up just a little bit up at the bottom, but I don't know, that might be the look. The thing that drew me to this pair of denim was the wash. The wash was just super nice. Again, it just looks like a just super versatile piece of denim that you can chuck on anything. So I picked up this denim for 6,500 yen. As you know, Zara's a bit more of a worldwide brand, so their prices are a little bit higher and it's marketed a bit differently compared to Uniqlo. So one more piece that I got from Zara as well was this acid washed tee, which I really like this one, to be honest. The cuts and the seams of the actual shirt itself was really nice. You got this one seam that's going through the middle there, and then even the seams on the shoulders, it doesn't go right through the middle, it's actually at the back of it. And then you got one split down the middle of the back of it, which I just thought it was a bit different, looked nice. And the logo on the actual shirt itself is nothing too crazy. nice and minimal. So I picked this one up for 4,300 yen. So that's that tee that I copped. So backtracking just a little bit, GU in Japan is actually the sister company of Uniqlo. A lot of their clothes are priced very much lower than what you'll get at Uniqlo. So I picked up these pair of grey jorts, and these are the first pair of jorts that I've ever owned, and I thought I would look like a bit of a stump wearing these, but I was actually surprised that it actually didn't look too bad on me. So I had to cop these, and these only cost 2,200 yen. So that's the grey jorts that I picked up from GU. So onto the last couple of pieces of clothing. We were in Tokyo and we walked through the Shibuya crossing and we came across this store called Lift, and it's actually a gym clothing brand, and I had to cop this Tokyo Japan shirt. So I believe this is actually a UK brand. As you can see here, it actually says Japan X UK. So it's actually a boxier type fit for those gym bros out there. So it just says Tokyo Japan at the back there, and at the front it says Born to Lift. They actually had a white and red colorway, which I initially wanted, but it was actually sold out. So I ended up having to settle for this black and white one, which is nothing wrong with this one, but it was super nice as well. The storefront was really good. They had a lot of their different products there as well. They had protein, they had creatine, they had all sort of different gym products as well. And this was one of the shirts that I picked up. And I picked this one up for 6,900 yen, which I thought was a pretty nice little souvenir that you could pick up. Another little souvenir t-shirt that I ended up having to cop in Japan was their national football soccer jersey. Now this one was straight fire, man. I was looking for the white and red colorway of their national jersey, but the Adidas store that I was at was actually sold out of the white and red one. So I ended up settling for this navy one. And looking at it now, I think I'm actually glad that I went with the navy colorway, because this one just looks super nice, to be honest. And then they got their Japan flag at the back. Japan are known for their designs on their Japanese jerseys, so I had to make sure that I copped one of these. Now I can't remember exactly how much I paid for the Japanese jersey, but I think it was in the range of 9,000 yen. And the final piece of clothing that I picked up was actually a thrift item. Now if you have the time in Japan, I highly recommend that you do a bit of thrifting, because they have a lot of thrift shops that you can find really good items in. And I actually picked up this fishing vest. So I'm not gonna lie, I was very influenced by the Japanese style, which made me pick up this fishing vest. The Japanese fashion and the style is just super sleek, and everything just looks effortless to them. So a lot of them were wearing this type of fishing vest, and I just saw it in a thrift store for 1,900 yen, and I had to just make sure I cop it. The condition of it is not too bad, and I was pretty happy with how it looked. We'll move on to some shoes now. So in Japan, they're highly known for their Onitsuka Tigers. If you walk out of Japan without a pair of those, I think you did something wrong. We had to cop a pair of these Onitsuka Tigers. They actually had a lot of the different colorway. They had the Kill Bill yellow colorway, which I would have preferred, but they only had the black with the yellow stripes with the store that I was in. So I ended up just settling for these, which is also a nice colorway that you can kind of wear with everything. And I don't know the exact figure that I paid for these, but I think it was around 9,000 yen or something. I could be wrong, but I think it was around that ballpark. The next thing that I picked up as well was a pair of ASICs. I'm not the biggest nerd on ASIC models or the numbers and the letters that they all come with, but I just saw this in the ABC Mart Grand Stage and I thought it looked nice, so I ended up just copping this pair of ASIC as well. If you know what model or style this ASIC shoe is, let me know in the comments. I'm not the biggest nerd on these, to be honest. I just needed a nice comfy shoe, nice dad shoe that you can kind of chuck on and just wear around everywhere, to be honest. And the last piece of footwear that I picked up were these Birkenstocks. Now these aren't the regular material Birkenstocks that you see everywhere. It's the same model and style. It's a rubber sort of material, which I thought would have been easier to clean as compared to the original models. So I ended up just copping these, and these are super comfy, man. I've been finding myself just wearing these everywhere. I don't know the exact figure again, but I think I picked these up for about 8,000 yen. Yeah, these are super comfy, and I was wearing these everywhere after I bought them. So a bit of accessories that I actually picked up as well. I didn't pick up the most accessories. So I picked up this hat, this New Era fitted, the Boston Red Sox. No, I don't follow the Boston Red Sox. The only reason why I got the B is for my dog, Bentley. You can laugh all you want, but that's why I got it. As you know, Japan is actually a big followers of baseball. Shohei Ohtani over in the LA Dodgers. He's massive over there. You see his face on all the billboards. So it only made sense that I copped something baseball related. I actually picked up this cross necklace as well. No, it's not chrome hearts. It just looks like chrome hearts. I couldn't even tell you where I found it from, to be honest, but I just saw it and I thought I liked it and I just picked it up. And lastly, probably the most favorite thing that I bought from this whole trip, Grand Seiko that I picked up in Watch Neon. So I'm not the biggest watch nerd out there, but I am into my watches. And if you know watches, Grand Seiko is actually one of the most appreciated brands that you could get as a watch collector. Being in Japan and knowing that Grand Seiko was made by the Japanese, I had to make sure that I copped myself a nice Grand Seiko as well. I'll pop the model number right here. So this is the one that I picked up here. And this watch is just super nice, man. The day that I bought it, I put it on. And I just found myself looking at the watch constantly because just the craftsmanship and how well the actual watch is made is something just that takes your breath away. There's no other way to put it. And I think it reflects the culture and how much time and effort that the Japanese put into making beautiful watches like this. One little honorable mention as well that my wife actually picked up was this Japanese kitchen knife. Now we picked this up from Musashi in Kyoto. And it was actually a very cool experience to pick up one of these Japanese knives. The final price on this Japanese knife was about 10,000 yen. I think it was in that ballpark. A last little couple of things as well that I picked up for myself were just little figurines, Dragon Ball figurines. I got a Goku Super Saiyan 4. I got a Goku Super Saiyan Blue. If you've been in Japan as well, you know they have hundreds of those capsule machines. And I actually picked up one of these Dragon Ball characters as well. I'm not 100% sure which guy this is. I ended up picking up one of the PS5 controllers. This was a little souvenir, but this was a katana that I picked up from Kyoto. And you can actually take the blade out, which is pretty cool. So other than that, that's pretty much everything that I had purchased in Japan. And this was only half. So my wife actually did the same amount of shopping as I did. I'm not going to show you her stuff, but that's how much we had to fit into our luggage. You can understand why you need to bring an extra duffel or an extra suitcase because you're going to be doing that shopping in Japan. So I'm still in the process of editing all the other vlogs that I had in Japan. So I thought I'd just show you everything that I picked up. I think Japan is definitely going to be one of those countries that I'm going to find myself constantly visiting. Everyone that I've spoken to about visiting Japan has always said that they would like to go back, and I think I'm going to be one of those people that always want to go back because there's just something so attractive about their culture and how they operate things and how smooth everything runs in Japan. And I think that's what draws a lot of people to keep coming back. And there's hundreds of things that you can do in Japan as well. So 2 weeks is honestly not enough to do everything in Japan. And I can say with my heart that I will definitely be back to visit Japan again. So that's it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.